Yaddle Chattle.
Come on now. It's a Star Wars podcast, baby. Starring myself, Darth David, one of the Siths who loves to have a little fun, likes to shake it up, likes to have a good time, and likes to threaten other people. Like Jedi Jared.
True story.
Jedi Jared, the co-host, of course, sitting directly to my left. Your right, if you're watching on the monitor. Or is it my left? It's still, you're sitting to my left.
I'm still on your left.
The viewer would be watching you on the right still.
Okay.
Or would it be on the left?
I think I'm still on the left.
You're sitting on my left, but the viewer would then be seeing you.
On the right?
On the right.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know how cameras work.
Well, I'll trust
Or lenses or optics of any kind. They always say, human beings see things upside down in black and white. And then somehow our eyeballs or something, or our brains change it into a right side up color picture.
Possible.
Or I'm thinking of dogs.
No, maybe a combination of both.
Maybe Mandalorians. Maybe, with their masks, they're always seeing shit, infrared and all that kind of thing. They can kind of take away the color and just, have that night vision, or if they see things in sonar. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Daredevil.
Just like Daredevil.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Jedi Jared,
yes,
we have a major show, a big-time show, another anniversary celebration, huge news, some good, some not. Kathleen Kennedy. Because let me tell you something, brother, I am officially nervous. I am officially freaking out. I had to send a text message, a DM, if you will, direct message to Jermaine Lassier. Put your goddamn phone away.
Just making sure it's ready.
Jermaine Lassier, G-Baby of io9.com, the best film critic in America, in my opinion. Film writer, TV and film writer, in my opinion, especially when it comes to things like Spielberg and Lucas. The Star Warses and the Jurassics and all that kind of thing. And I sent him a very panicked DM because the early word on the street, and this will tie into Star Wars, of course, the early word on the street, according to Variety and a few other sources, the new Indiana Jones movie is getting terrible reviews, or at least audiences fucking hated it at the Cannes Film Festival. Now, Cannes Film Festival can be a very snobbish audience, without a doubt. Can be a hugely snobbish audience, so I can't go by everything on the Cannes Film Festival. But obviously the reason why this is huge is because not only is this Lucasfilm, not only is this another Kathleen Kennedy decision, this is also James Mangold, one of the three directors of the three upcoming Star Wars movies, which are supposed to hit theaters in 2025, 27, and 29. And he's the one doing the quote-unquote biblical epic about the origins of the Jedi and Sith. I thought the idea of that movie sounded awesome. In fact, pitch-wise, I thought that movie sounded like the best. It was the coolest, most interesting sounding film. But are we looking at another case, Jedi Jared, where if this movie goes out and bombs, he's going to have a fucking Star Wars movie taken away from him, and we're not even going to get that story. Jedi Jared, you're on the button. And are you nervous about this Indiana Jones? I know it's a Star Wars podcast, but Indiana Jones is a cousin.
Okay.
Don't forget, R2-D2 and C-3PO made an appearance where?
In Raiders of the Lost
Where?
Ark. Oh, in the tomb.
In the what?
In the tomb of the Ark.
In the Well of the Souls.
Wells of Souls.
Where the Ark is.
Yes.
It's not a tomb. It's the Well of the Souls, for fuck's sakes. It's the Well of the Souls. Not to be confused with the map room, where Indy had to get the sun hitting the medallion in the right spot to find the Well of the Souls.
Yes.
Okay. And do you know where it is when it's in the Well of the Souls? It's right before he and Sala take off the metal covering of the Ark. The metal casing, which the Ark is in, right on the left on the left beam coming down in the shot. R2-D2 and C-3PO are little hieroglyphics on the post there. Okay?
Which is very interesting.
Look at this guy. Which is very interesting.
Because the Ark everything should be in Hebrew and not hieroglyphs.
Well, no, but the room is in Egypt.
Yeah,
it's not that. That's remember, there's all those pagan gods and statues and the fucking Egyptian gods and shit.
Yes.
It's an Egyptian room. That's why they hid it there. It's not. You know. It's not supposed to be. That's not supposed to be a Judeo-Christian room. Is the point?
I get it.
I don't think you do.
No, I get it.
I mean, that's why they hid it there, because it was fucking ancient Egypt. That's why.
Okay.
Okay. Are you nervous about this?
No. So I get a lot of headlines with the algorithm on Facebook, and it's generally...
The algorithm on Facebook? Who the fuck are you? Mark Zuckerberg? I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
If you click on something on Facebook, like something catches your eye, Facebook starts picking up and starts sending you similar stories. So I've been getting a lot of headlines of the reviews for was it Dial of Destiny, and it's been either they loved it or they were bored with it.
Okay, well that's not good, Jared.
It's run
they either loved it or they were bored with it. I don't like the boring aspect of it.
But you know what? Here's the thing. You got to understand about a lot of these critics, and we've been talking about this ad nauseum.
Okay, so
we've been getting all the Star Wars content on television, and with the exception of Andor, all of the critics have been like, I didn't like Obi-Wan, I didn't like the Book of Boba Fett, Mando season 3 lost its way. We hear
a lot of critics, a lot of bitchers,
a lot of critics,
a lot of whiners and complainers out there.
But you know what?
A lot of mopers and gropers.
If I'm seeing Indiana Jones punch Nazis and I hear the John Williams song,
you like it.
I'm going to probably like it.
No Nazis in... Well, I go, yeah, there are Nazis in this one because he's going to go back in time or some shit.
I had heard that... Where did I hear this from? I forgot where it was.
Oh, where'd you hear it from?
I heard it on... I think it was the History Homos podcast.
Yes.
They were talking about how someone leaked the Dial of Destiny script.
Okay.
And basically it was supposed to pass the torch on to this goddaughter who's supposed to be his sidekick in the movie. And she was going to be the new Indiana Jones. And the reception of that was so bad. They had to go back.
I'm going to say something, and this is not me hating on anyone or trying to make any kind of statement, but who the fuck is Phoebe Waller-Bridge or Bridge Waller? Who the fuck is this person who is being just thrown in every goddamn movie, every television show? She wasn't that funny as the droid in Solo, and I'm a big Solo fan. Look at the goddamn poster right behind me. I actually like that movie. I thought one of the weak spots was the forced humor of a sexual relationship between a droid and a human, especially when she was talking to the Game of Thrones girl, and she's like, yeah, it works. I don't know how I jerk him off, and he fucks one of my holes on my thing. No, I mean, don't look at me as being disgusting. Don't fucking look at the Dave man as being disgusting. They went there with that character because they thought Phoebe Waller-Bridge is this fucking comedy superstar. She's boring. She's very overrated, bird-looking. Sorry. She's not, the most... bird-like and very boring. She then was in the James Bond movie and was very boring and dull, and it's just annoying.
Movie? I don't even remember her in the
Well,
Bond movie.
You didn't see it, obviously.
I did.
And
I just
then...
don't remember who she was.
And then... She's in the fucking, this movie, and it's like, how many times do I have to see this Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Who the shit is this person? Is anyone clamoring for her? Can Disney, look up the goddamn her appearance in James Bond. What's the matter with you?
Oh, okay. Well, you hate when I surf on the phone.
Well, because you're denying this.
Okay.
But the point is also, why? What are they doing exactly? Here with Lucasfilm. Why the same mistakes all the time? All the fucking time.
Oh, because a lot of these people like that show Fleabag. That's probably what it is.
What the shit is Fleabag?
It's this small little film Or a television show, and it's a British television show.
Oh, it's a British television show. Is it a massive show in America? Because last time I checked, we make the fucking Star Wars, with all due respect, it was started by an American. You could have Googled fucking the chick's name in James Bond, motherfucker. Oh. Do you know how to Google fucking shit?
Not
Are
really.
you so stupid that I have to fucking do both things? Because I have to do everything. I have to fucking be on the air, watch you scroll lazily through fucking thing. No time to die, asshole! Look, no time to die! Look! No time to die! That's the James Bond thing.
None co-screenwriter.
That's what I said!
Oh.
She ruined the James Bond!
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she said she was in it. That's
oh
what I
my
heard
God.
you say.
Okay.
That's what I heard you say. I was like, who is she in the movie? And you're like, well, clearly you didn't see the movie. And I'm like,
I meant she co-wrote it. I'm all hopped up and angry here today.
Well, okay, it wasn't the best Bond film I've ever seen. It was kind of
we can't hear you.
It was
Speak audibly. This
eh.
isn't me being a prick. Here's what you just said.
It wasn't the best Bond movie I ever saw.
It was a... Sometimes you go into a Jack Palance impression where you're just like,
yes, I'm going to win an Oscar and then do a one-handed push-up.
Remember?
Did he do that?
Jack Palance?
Dude, I was
City
like
Slickers?
4 years old.
I know, but it's a famous Oscar moment.
I don't
know.
they never do that.
What?
They never play that.
He won the Oscar and did a one-handed push-up when he won the Oscar after he did it. It was a very famous moment.
Okay.
And then 3 minutes later, everyone realized we just gave an Oscar to someone in City Slickers. Ooh. So I mean, like, the Oscars mean absolutely nothing. They did that for Jack Palance, and they won't do that for Harrison Ford after all these fucking years.
He's never won an Oscar?
Never won an Oscar. And only been nominated for Misery. I mean, sorry, Misery. Witness. Now I'm stupid. Now I'm the stupid fucking asshole.
Interesting. I thought
you're not arguing about me saying I'm the stupid asshole. You weren't arguing.
I'm not arguing.
You were.
Oh, I see what you're
doing. Well,
doing.
I know I was screaming at myself now I'm the stupid asshole. And
you're not a stupid asshole, Mr. Champion.
That's nice of you to say, though.
No, you know what? I'm going to go in with this with an open mind because anything has to be better than CGI monkeys and Shia LaBeouf fencing on across two Jeeps.
I still don't think Crystal Skull is that bad. I'm a weird guy. I kind of like Crystal Skull. It's not as good as the first three, but it's fun.
I mean,
it's just a stupid, fun Indiana Jones movie. It's got nothing more than that, but it's also fun to watch Harrison Ford run around. He's got the hat and the whip and all that shit.
Yeah, but they were kind of setting up for him to play. That was the guy that was supposed to take over the mantle, and then Shia LaBeouf went all crazy and. Everyone's like, stop forcing Shia LaBeouf on us. We don't think he's
Shia LaBeouf is the male version of Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're the same person. So just before anyone says I'm attacking her because she's a lady, same character. I agree with what you just said. They literally have done. They keep doing this. This is insane. No one needs the legends to forcefully pass off the baton. Where you say to the legend, you sit in the corner and be comedy fodder while the new stars do everything. Stop repeating this very simple fucking mistake, Kathleen Kennedy. Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Lucasfilm, Disney, Marvel. Stop repeating the same stupid fucking mistake. No one needs the icons and the legends to take a fucking seat to make room for the new people. You can have the new people and the legends side by side, kicking ass and existing together. That then passes the baton. But you allow the legends and the icons to kick ass. And if this is about fucking 2 hours of Phoebe Waller-Bridge calling him old fucking stupid man, and the rumor is, oh yeah, all those artifacts that you stole from indigenous people and shit like that.
Oh, I really hope they don't do that.
That's what the rumor is.
Oh, God. Can we just stop?
Oh, but by the way, it's factually incorrect. He didn't steal shit. The fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark, He fucking kept it away from the Nazis' hands before the American government confiscated it and threw it into Area 51 without Indiana Jones' consent. He was pissed off. In the second one, Temple of Doom, he rescued the Sankara Stone and gave it right back to the village. And then the Last Crusade, he has his hands on the fucking Grail and realizes, no, it has to stay here.
And then
he never steals shit from indigenous peoples, you cocksuckers!
I think they're referring to the beginning of Raiders. That's probably the only instance we see him steal something.
Which was taken from him by Belloc. Who knows what Indy was going to do? Maybe he's going to take that gold thing and try to give it back to the government, but say, hey, I'll give this to you as long as you display it in the museum.
Yeah, it belongs in a museum.
But that's what he does. He says, this is your country's artifact. I found it. It can be yours, but you have to display it in a museum. So he doesn't steal shit.
Like, I think...
Fucking morons.
The only thing I think...
And we gotta get into Star Wars talk.
No, I understand that, but Indiana Jones is, like, really super important.
I know.
To both of us.
Well, because, listen, if James Mangold has fucked this up, if Kathleen Kennedy has fucked this up, Iger, don't even wait. All right, Bob? Don't even wait till the fucking Ray fucking disaster. Because all of a sudden, why should we have faith if you went out and fucked up the sequel goddamn trilogy of Star Wars and fucked over every legendary iconic character?
Good.
I'm getting my lightsaber. I'm feeling very Sithish today. Good. This wasn't our fault. This was your fault. You went out and fucked in the ass Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo. Yeah, you did. And you could try, and I like using language like this because Disney's not accustomed to someone saying, you fucked Luke Skywalker in the ass till he could no longer walk without blood coming out of his anus. That's what you did to that legendary character. And if you learned no lessons from what you did in episode 8 and the sequel trilogy as a whole with regards to the legends and the icons, the fact that everyone said, why are these fucking legendary characters sitting on the sidelines? And why haven't they reunited? And why aren't they doing shit? And if you fucking make that mistake again with Indiana Jones, I swear to God, Kathleen Kennedy, dead to me. And I've been the one who's been fair. I have given Kathleen Kennedy her due when I think she needs it. I've been critical. But this would be too much. To fuck up Star Wars and Indiana Jones would be Kathleen Kennedy saying, hey, George Lucas, I don't give a shit about you, your legacy, your characters, or the millions and millions and millions of global fans of these movies. Millions of fans. It's not about you and your little quaint fucking cinematography likes. You see some fucking independent filmmaker and go, oh, now he could do a Star Wars. These people aren't getting it. Get people who know how to fucking get it's wrestling. Star Wars is wrestling. A good angle, a good build. Let the fucking icons be the icons. Hogan drops the leg, poses at the end. You have Luke Skywalker killing people with a lightsaber, 10,000 people all at once. You have fucking the icons do iconic stuff. Jeez Louise. The pressure is on.
Well, that's...
Kathleen Kennedy, James Mangold, we are watching.
Well, that's what will lead us into the biggest rumor that came out today. That Kathleen Kennedy's throwing out the Hail Mary for this movie.
What? Talk to the mic, not to me.
The rumor is that she's trying to get Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen for this Rey movie.
Yeah, you know what Mark Hamill should say?
No.
Fuck you!
He should. He really should. And both.
If I was Mark Hamill, I would straight up tell Kathleen Kennedy, go jump in a lake, bitch.
Because the only way they're going to come back.
Fuck you, because I told you and Ryan Johnson that what you guys were doing was a massive mistake, and you elitist film snobs, arrogant too. You arrogant assholes didn't listen to me. Even though I'm the Luke Skywalker expert, not you. You fucking arrogant assholes. Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson couldn't possibly be wrong.
I did it.
So I swear to fucking God, if I was Mark Hamill, I would say fuck off. Or, okay, I'll do your stupid movie for PR, because you're clearly needing me for PR purposes. $158 million.
I mean,
that's what I want. $158 million. That's what I want.
I would take him to the cleaners, though. I wouldn't ask for that much, but I'd be like, you need to give me whatever I want.
I want points on the movie. I want to be. Call me George Lucas Jr. Yeah, I'm getting executive producer credits for like everything going forward.
I would take, like, if she wants them, both of them, that, like, I view this as a Hail Mary move. Like, she's got no.
This Rey movie now is getting me nervous because that's what it seems like. Oh shit. We gotta do the fucking. And by the way, Star Wars now might be a little bit late in doing a multiverse. Because let's be honest. This is gonna. We just talked about
what, the writer's strike?
The fact that Ahsoka could maybe, do a time thing and this and that. And it was just last week I said Ahsoka could pull Luke Skywalker out. So I gave them that idea. I guarantee you they were listening to Yaddle Chattle. Where's my fucking points? Where's my writer's cred?
You know what would be?
Where's my producer cred? Because on this show, I said we go the world between worlds. We have Ahsoka Tano pulling Luke Skywalker out of Episode 8 because it's one of the weakest ass fucking death scenes for a legendary character ever. He falls asleep. Weak ass shit. That's a death scene? You fucking weak ass pussies? No, that ain't nothing. So
it just didn't make any sense. Like,
it was just weak. I'm gonna fall asleep to be what? An inspiration to fucking to who?
He didn't need to
Broom
die,
Boy?
though.
The goddamn greatest Jedi in the galaxy has to die to be an inspiration for Broom Boy? That's the whole fucking movie?
The way
Who the fuck is Broom Boy anyway? Who cares?
I thought that was, like, I didn't understand why they killed him off. I just didn't get it.
The idea was he would be an inspiration to the galaxy. It didn't work. It was a stupid idea because Ryan Johnson is stupid. Because no matter how smart you think you are intellectually and how refined you are and how many different lenses you know and how many different shots of famous movies you've seen, and because you're a fucking film nerd and you've studied Kubrick and Coppola and all these people, you think you know some shit. You don't. You never understood Star Wars.
He didn't.
And if these people don't understand my final thoughts are, if they don't understand Indiana Jones and they fuck this up, I'm out. I will be now a Kathleen Kennedy hater, and I didn't want to go there. I always want to be fair. I always want to root for Star Wars. But I'm upset. Now, I'll say this.
No, because like I said last week, a win for her is a win for us. Like, if something's good, we're going to praise her for it.
Oh, I agree. Now, the reason why I brought up Jermaine is I will give him credit for talking me off a ledge.
Okay.
For real. You can see how upset I am
what
today.
What did he say about the movie?
All of this has transpired only minutes before you got here.
Okay.
Now, I apologize if you think there was misplaced anger towards you.
Okay.
You were getting mad I was getting mad at Jared before the show for eating a granola bar.
Because I didn't do anything wrong?
No, but I hate when people are on the radio, like, eating granola or peanuts.
Yeah, okay.
Or peanuts. Certain foods are good and quick. You have a little yogurt or applesauce.
We weren't recording. I wouldn't have done that. The only thing
I know, but we were about to record, and then I was right about to hit the record button. This is what I heard, folks. Nothing drives me crazy. Remember, we did the whole bit about chewing in movies. Maybe it's just chewing. Maybe, like, something happened, and I was traumatized as a kid. Some guy, like, tried to, I don't know, do something, but he was chewing while this was occurring.
You didn't get good birthday presents one year.
Maybe I was, like, almost kidnapped, and as I was almost getting kidnapped, the guy was like eating an apple or something. So he was chewing while trying to kidnap me.
Hey, kid, you want some candy?
But so I was furious about all of this shit.
And what did G-Baby say?
Jermaine said, okay, he said you can't go crazy right now. He said you gotta wait for the movie.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And I said, fair enough.
I like James Mangold.
Fair.
I liked the Wolverine. I thought Logan was probably one of the better superhero films made. So he's got a pretty decent track record of filmmaking. And then I don't remember some of the other projects he did, but I know that I liked them. So
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like I said,
I
liked his idea the most of the 25,000 years ago in the Star Wars past origins of Sith and Jedi as told in a biblical epic. Everything about that was like, hell yeah. So that's why I was so disappointed about this thing. I will say the one thing I'm going about with that clip, with the Indiana Jones, is the clip that they put out of them in this little chase scene where they're in these little buggies and stuff. The scene was not very good. And that is why I got a little nervous. And then when I saw that scene, it was like I had lukewarm feelings about it. And then the news came out like the next day that it's getting roasted by the people who saw it. I was like, oh shit. And I'm just telling you what Variety said. That is what Variety said, not me. Is that she is going to be, if you're into a lady telling an old man what to do and making fun of him.
Oh God.
Then this Indiana Jones movie will be up here. Now, here's the one thing I will slightly push back on. Every Indiana Jones movie does have a leading lady.
Yes.
Every Indiana Jones movie, the leading lady does at some point kick ass and help save Indy. Marion, she had the piece, and Indy almost got shot in that cantina, at her place, and he clutches his heart, and then it's Marion with the fucking gun.
The guy that like,
yeah, no, that was the guy she hit in the head with the log. So actually, yeah, she beat two people for Indy. All right, so Marion kicked ass for Indy. You have Willie Scott, the ceiling with the spikes would have come down her head if she didn't do the lever.
Go through the bugs and all that.
And she also punched a guy on the mine car. I remember her punching on that mine car sequence. And so she and then you have the third one, Elsa.
Who's a Nazi.
Back and forth, yeah. So you do have the leading lady.
Well, they're typically his love interest. So I'm curious, are we going to see a cameo from Karen Allen?
I thought there was a Karen Allen cameo in this one.
Like, so clearly they're still married or she's still alive.
They did get married at the end of the,
4.
So I think, I bet you she'll be in it for a little bit. A tiny bit.
Harrison Ford's 80. So he's...
I
want him to stay alive as long as possible.
You're right. We don't need the love interest. I agree with that. But, and what I'm saying is my small pushback is that every movie does have a lady who does do some physical things and who does have a one-liner or two at Indy's expense. Remember, you're not the man I knew 10 years ago. It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage. There's always, a little thing, a little dig at Indy. That's not going to kill me. It's that if it's happening for 2 hours and Indiana Jones ultimately comes across as a bumbling idiot.
One bad
Usually
joke
what happens is the ladies, they say something or they kind of mock him. Then he does something extraordinary and they go, oh, shit. Like, this guy's fucking amazing. Like, this guy's for real. All right? Sad news. By the way, I thought...
No, but can I just, make one point?
Yes, please.
Especially with, Indiana Jones.
We'll wrap up the Indiana Jones topic with a fun little thing.
With legacy characters like that, I have no problem with them recasting them. I just don't want to see the torch continuously get passed on. Like, they can wait till Harrison Ford passes and then recast the movie because there's so many other adventures Indiana Jones can have.
I am in shock that Hollywood doesn't know how to pass the fucking torch. They don't know how to write a baton passing movie. It's so fucking easy. But you have everyone in the movie together. And if you have a young character, the young character blossoms. And then by the time the old people can no longer be in the movie, those young people are the stars and everyone is used to them. Golly. Trivia question.
Go ahead.
Or we're going to play a game.
Let's play a game.
We're going to play a game.
Okay.
following game is called Indiana Jones Star Wars Connections.
We've done this before.
No, we haven't. Not with you.
Okay.
Okay? Here's the point. Here's the point. I need you to get at least 5 connections. Hold on. Don't start.
Okay.
Okay? At least 5 goddamn connections. Otherwise, I'm going to kill you.
Okay.
Live on the air.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Can I go?
I was looking for the Indiana Jones music.
March of the Raiders?
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So, can we start with the obvious? George Lucas?
1.
Lawrence Kasdan?
I'm going to give it to you.
What?
I'm going to give it to you.
He wrote Raiders and he wrote Empire.
I'm going to give it to you. So that means 6. You have to get 6 connections now.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
John Williams did the music for both.
3.
Spielberg?
Wrong!
What do you mean?
Right. Steven Spielberg never had anything to do with Star Wars. Not the Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, that doesn't count now?
It doesn't. He's not credited. Obviously, Jared knows that Steven Spielberg
He was also a consultant on Attack of the Clones.
He was never credited with any of those fucking movies.
Hey George, can you come over and do me a favor, please?
You only have 3. You need 6.
All right, Harrison Ford.
All right, say him again.
Well, I guess Spielberg doesn't count. Lucas.
Kasdan.
Kasdan.
1. Kasdan 2.
Williams.
Williams 3.
Ford.
Ford 4.
The guy who played General Veers played Donovan.
5.
All right, so that's 6.
There's one more. I actually thought you were gonna get this one. The one you're missing, I was positive you were gonna get. So I'm very disappointed.
Hold on. Can I think about it?
Yes, but you have exactly 15 seconds.
Oh my god. Besides the R2-D2 C-3PO, which we also talked about. No.
Besides that.
Oh god.
Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Shit.
5.
Oh, I'm drawing a blank now.
4.
You put me on pressure. I don't
3.
do well under pressure.
2. 1.
Oh god, I'm gonna hate myself for this.
You are.
What is it?
You are really gonna hate yourself.
What is it?
Porkins. Told you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Porkins is at the Porkins, the chubby X-wing pilot from Episode 4 is at the beginning, and at the end he's one of the FBI guys. Right. Top men. That's what he says. He's at the end. When Indiana Jones says, "Who do you have working on it?" We have top men. Who? Top men. Fools. Bureaucrats. So ultimately, 5 out of 6. You could have gotten an Indiana Jones a score, but in order to get Indiana Jones label, you needed all 6. Instead, you're getting a short round label. So congratulations. I mean, listen.
Thank you.
That's better than Marcus Brody, who died of AIDS. We shouldn't be clapping for the fact that he did die of AIDS, but
You know who would make a good, like, I always think about who you would cast as like in all of these roles, and I'm like, that Michael Sheen guy would be perfect for a younger Marcus Brody.
Michael Sheen. Oh, right. From, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Him or David Tennant. I could totally.
Wasn't he in Michael Sheen? He was in Frost versus Nixon?
Yeah.
He plays David Frost?
I could totally see him play a younger Marcus Brody.
I could see that.
I could see Gerard Butler playing a younger.
We would need an
father. A father.
Well, come on. We don't need a younger father. But we definitely. Anyway. So that'll end our Indiana Jones thing. But obviously, listen, it's a big deal with regards to Star Wars. We have seen this now numerous times where someone gets a movie and a big announcement, and then their next movie, Patty Jenkins. Perfect example. That fucking Wonder Woman, and by the way, I watched it. Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah,
It was a piece of shit.
It was.
One of the worst fucking comic book movies. I didn't even understand what year it was made. It felt like it was made in like 2002. Like it had very, very like bad old graphics and sound mixing. It was really shitty.
I didn't understand
on a technical level.
I didn't understand how you could go from making basically like a war movie. Wonder Woman, like the original Wonder Woman, was such a great, like it was a good film.
Yeah, they fucked it up. But we gotta get into some Star Wars talk now. We're not gonna do fucking Wonder Woman Chattle.
We've got a couple of emails from Tom Cody.
All right, but let's hit some topics quick.
Oh no, he sent us an article. He's doing show prep for me.
Okay, what?
So the first thing he says is, fuck Kathleen Kennedy, get her out, and Mr. Champion in.
Okay. I probably should be running Star Wars because Kathleen Kennedy's making some mistakes now that are distressing me. And I've tried to be very fair to her. Very fair. We're losing patience with the fact that these fucking meatheads in Hollywood are so goddamn stupid. They have fucking such rocks for brains that they can't creatively come up with a way to keep fans of legendary characters who, by the way, if we fans didn't exist of the legendary characters, you wouldn't have a fucking franchise 40 years later. It's been people like me and Jared and others who have kept the franchise around. You'd think you'd want to appeal to our fan base in addition to appealing to younger viewers. You can actually have your cake and eat it too, you fucking assholes. You just are inept at how to do that. I know how to do that because I know how to book for professional wrestling. Apparently, you motherfuckers need to get some fucking wrestling lessons. It's about storylines and angles and giving the people what they want. Make the bad guy as bad as possible, the good guy as awesome as possible. Make him come from behind and be fucking awesome at the end.
A payoff.
God damn it.
So
a payoff.
The title of this article is Star Wars boss Kathleen Kennedy addresses Obi-Wan's future. Oh. So while on the Entertainment Weekly Dagobah Dispatch podcast, Kennedy said the following: I always hate to say, no, we won't do anything more with Obi-Wan Kenobi. She replied, maybe what we end up doing is something that gets incorporated into some of the other stories we're doing, or eventually into a movie. Who knows?
So no Obi-Wan. So that's what this is about. She's basically saying we're not going to be seeing season 2 of Obi-Wan.
Then she says, but right now it's still our standalone limited series. We have no plans.
You know that Ewan McGregor wants to make more.
Oh, yeah. And
so the reason why they're not making more is because of the fallout.
Of what?
Because of whatever.
I liked it. I thought it was one of the best ones.
I did too. Obi-Wan was great.
And then, so
it's just that this is what happens, Kathleen. And this is what happens to all of you fucking creatives in there who aren't creative. All of you suits in there. When you lose the trust of the audience, then everything gets fucking hammered. So every mistake that you make is magnified to an exponential degree. When you fuck fans over, which is what you did with Luke Skywalker, regardless of whether you want to admit it or not. How about this, Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson? Get people off your back and say, you know what? We fucked up with Luke Skywalker. Fine. We accept that. We did. We realize it. If they just said that publicly, we would be a little bit off their backs. But because they lost the trust, what happened was the people who had just little issues with Obi-Wan Kenobi all of a sudden lost their minds and they hated that too. They didn't even give that a chance.
I didn't really ever understand what the problem was with it. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, the Obi-Wan was great and Hayden Christensen's character was great. Not every other character was that well defined. Was that fully?
Oh, come on! What about that low droid? That guy ruled.
That guy did rule. But we didn't see we didn't see enough from the Inquisitors.
Yeah, that's
they
fair.
should have been killing lots of people.
So
it's just weird that they keep making the same mistakes. You have Inquisitors, right? These are bad guys, right? These are cool-looking Sith-like people.
What's their backstory?
How do you not establish multiple scenes of them killing people? Going into a village and killing everyone.
Well, it would be...
Let the bad guys be bad. Let the heroes be good. Let people do shit. You can't get away anymore with Star Wars and that. These are Inquisitors. They're supposed to be cool because we're supposed to have seen them in Rebels and bullshit. And if you read this comic, that character's really cool.
Oh, I like all that stuff.
And this is all that fucking happens. Yeah, but they don't show shit on screen no mo. Show the fucking shit on screen. Don't have me have to fucking read a goddamn graphic novel to learn how goddamn good a character is.
I get it.
I'm fucking fired up today.
Okay, I wanted... Now, speaking
No!
of Obi-Wan, I wanted to get your opinion
Ray
on
Stevenson died.
We can get to him.
He's dead.
But we were on the topic of Obi-Wan.
Fine.
I wanted to get your take on this.
What?
Okay, so this came from...
Where's my red lightsaber?
Oh, my
I
God.
just have to... I'm upset. Kathleen Kennedy's made me emotional, Jared.
I'm sorry. Do you need me to stretch?
Please stretch. You know me. The only thing that makes me happy is my nice little lightsaber.
So...
Don't you move a goddamn muscle.
Okay.
Don't you move a fucking muscle,
So
because now that lightsaber's up to your throat, baby.
I didn't do anything.
That fucking lightsaber's up to you. Were eating a granola bar so loud today, baby.
Okay, you ready?
So loud.
So, this is from Scad Arts on Instagram. That's SCADARTS.
Yes.
He goes, it might be called the Skywalker Saga, but episodes 1 through 4 are the Kenobi tragedy. He lost everything. His mentor, his love, his family, his friend, and his life.
Okay.
Anakin had a sad story, but Obi-Wan truly suffered. So I was curious, like, what are your thoughts on like the whole idea, the whole thing that, you know, Obi-Wan might not be the main character, but he lost way more than Anakin did.
Did Obi-Wan Kenobi lose more than Anakin Skywalker? I mean, the guy's mother was kidnapped and murdered by the Sand People. He doesn't know where his father was. His Qui-Gon, who was going to step in and be a dad for that kid, according to Dave Filoni, who learned it from George Lucas, Qui-Gon got killed.
Because if you think about it like this, it was actually his mentor, his father figure that, like, he knew very well dies, right?
Yeah, I can't say that Obi-Wan is more... It's a good point.
He loses Sabine in the Clone Wars. He was clearly in love with her.
Satine,
sorry.
Sabine is on Star Wars Rebels.
Sorry. Satine, he loses Satine, who he's in love with.
Yes.
Right? He loses all his friends, die.
Yes.
And then his best friend, closest thing to a brother / son, turns on him.
Yes, you're right.
And then, of course, he loses Padme, who he was friends with.
Okay. I like this. And I do think Obi-Wan is haunted. But can he be more haunted than Anakin? No. Anakin is literally being tortured 24/7 unless he's in the fucking Bacta tank. I really believe now that when we see Darth Vader, he's always in pain and always being tormented, and that's why he's always full of rage. It's awesome, like not just mental pain, physical pain.
No, I know that I've heard that before.
And I think that, you know, the Emperor is just fucking horrible to this goddamn fucking Sith Lord. And then, you know, and so he's really getting tortured. I know what you mean. Obi-Wan is haunted and tormented mentally by things of the past. Anakin is mentally tortured of things of the past and physically tortured in the present by Palpatine. He's got to be. It's
well,
hard.
no, the whole thing is the overall Skywalker saga.
Yeah, I see it.
But those first 4 films and then everything in between is very much about how Obi-Wan's lost everything and all of that.
That's true. All right.
So I was just curious about your take.
I'm okay with that. I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's maybe my favorite good guy. I would say. Good guy character. Now, Ray Stevenson of Ahsoka dies.
I know, it sucks.
The fucking Kathleen Kennedy curse strikes again. She went on StarWars.com and said Ray Stevenson's going to live till he's 98 years old.
Oh, God.
Next day, he fucking dropped dead.
They won't say what he died of. Like, I've tried to find it, so I'm not...
Yeah, he was partying probably. I hate to say it. No, I don't know.
Like his character on
57, 58 years old. Sounds like I wasn't aware that he was in Thor. He's one of Thor's guys.
He's one of the Warrior 3.
He's one of his guys, yeah. Now I totally see him. He's kind of like the Gimli of that group.
Well, he was also he played the Punisher in the lesser received Punisher Warzone.
Yes.
And then we were talking about this last week. He actually was in Rome, that show that you said, fuck it.
I hate Rome.
Because they canceled Carnival.
Rome got Carnival canceled.
But he's great in Rome.
I'm sad to see that he dies. That he died, especially if, Jesus Christ, what happens with the character? I guess we're going to have to find out.
If he survives into season 2, they'll probably just recast him. And what was cool is he didn't have a red lightsaber. He had an orange lightsaber.
I'm not sure if that is cool. I'm going to have to see what it looks like.
Okay. Well, orange is my favorite color, so.
We're doing orange lightsabers now?
Well, it's like Sith adjacent.
Come on.
Well, remember when everyone kind of lost their shit when they saw a yellow or Mace Windu's purple lightsaber, and everyone was like, aren't lightsabers supposed to be either blue or green? And it's like, no, Samuel Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber.
Yeah, I didn't lose my shit with that one. Orange looks like a popsicle. It has a very, orange popsicle look to it. I can't get behind orange.
You don't think a red one looks like a cherry?
I'm used to the goddamn red one now, though.
Okay.
And, all right. Mary Elizabeth Winstead says Ewan McGregor waves at grocery stores doors.
He's very whimsical.
And does this like a Jedi mind trick to open up the doors. Now, I will say this. Ewan McGregor's ripping off Darth David.
Or every other Star Wars fan.
Go on YouTube. There is a video from 2014 of me doing that on Star Wars Day when they put out toys. It was when it was the first time where Disney had just bought Star Wars and they were going to make a big day of like, it's Star Wars Day, go to your local fucking Target or Walmart or whatever, the Kmart or whatever the fuck, and get the brand new Star Wars toys and shit like this.
Spend the money.
And so I was all excited. I was there 10 a.m. I forget where it was, Walmart maybe. Opened up at 10 a.m. Davey Mack was there, and I did that move, put it on YouTube. 300 views. Okay? Upwards of 8 thumbs ups from the YouTube audience. So I'm just saying.
That's better.
Ewan McGregor just fucking ripped me off. All right, now listen. I like you, Ewan. I like you, Ewan. I never had an issue with you, Ewan, but I'm gonna be. If I start seeing you in fucking YouTubes with like puppets or painting yourself up green like Blanca or doing some sort of fucking This Old House segment or anything, or if you dress up in a pink robe and act a little weird, act a little feminine shit, I'm gonna be watching.
That's the best thing that could possibly ever happen to you is that Ewan McGregor turns out to be a Davey Mack.
Yeah, but like everyone else, they just steal and they never give credit. I know this happens because I have people who work for ESPN and WFAN who have told me, yeah, they steal from you. Yeah, they do. They like you. They're a big fan. They go, why can't they just say that? Or a reference? Or better yet, give me a job. And I'll produce this content for you people. No.
I don't know what to tell you, Dave. Actually, you know
that was the place that you said today.
You know what's funny? I had an SAT tutor.
Don't look at me. Look at the fucking microphone.
I had an
I'm thinking this story might be good. Anytime it's you, there's a fucking tutor involved. I want to see how stupid little Jared was.
No, apparently this was an SAT tutor. So
all right, so teenage Jared.
Everyone has an SAT tutor.
I didn't have an SAT tutor. You know what I did? I fucking got 1420 on my goddamn SAT.
Bullshit.
I did? What bullshit? 720 on verbal, 700 on math.
I need to
Ask my mom. I got a 1420 on SAT, 720 on verbal, 700 on math.
Okay. You should have been an engineer. Just saying.
I'm letting you know, man.
At any rate.
I ain't getting no fucking tutor. You think I'm going to get a tutor? You know what? I did this. My tutor was my brain.
This guy,
my tutor.
This tutor that I had basically said he came up with the idea for Tony B on The Sopranos.
Wait, time out. Start from the beginning.
He says his son works at HBO.
You had a tutor in high school.
Yeah, this guy in East Brunswick.
And you have to tell people who Tony B was.
So Tony B
That's the Steve Buscemi character.
Yeah, it was
that premiered on The Sopranos in episode 5.
Season 5. So he's Tony's cousin. He's the guy who went away for.
And your tutor claimed that the character was his idea.
Yeah, that there would be either a friend or a distant relative that had the same exact name as Tony.
Yeah, well, because it's an Italian name. It's not. I don't think that's the. What? How did he say that they were ripping him off?
Well, the whole thing was that Tony was in an insane asylum, that he may have killed Carmela because of the whole Furio thing, and that either Tony's faking crazy or he's not. They don't know if he's actually faking crazy or not.
Talk to the microphone.
Trying to get out of all of the law enforcement issues and killing Carmela and all that stuff. So they bring in a cousin named Tony B.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, we'll see.
And then they change it around.
But that was what your SAT tutor said.
Yeah, he said he also came up with some ideas for Carnival too. But
he's a liar. My shit exists on YouTube and Sirius XM and fucking all these things where my shit is always fucking first. Whether it's Office Blanca, and then the fucking Pete Holmes literally stole the Office Blanca. And 3 weeks later, put it on their MTV show, or fucking 6 months later.
Yeah, but yours was much funnier.
Also, when I alerted MTV about that, the Pete Holmes show was fucking fired. To this day,
I just thought it was
regret.
Because it
this day regret not suing them, because I guarantee you, no, it wasn't a coincidence. I know that Bill Simmons has fucking ripped my shit off a ton of times. I've heard that from Bill Simmons' his producer. Okay, like one of these days, I just am saying, could you at least fucking give me the credit, or just give me the fucking money? Or give me the job, you fucking cunts. And yeah, that goes to you too, Lucasfilm. And to Disney and to Iger. Because I'll tell you what, if you fuck up this Indy and you keep fucking up these Star Wars movies, you better hire my ass, because I'm the only one who knows how to fix it, apparently.
I thought Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni knew how to do that. What else we got?
Today is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Exactly today. Came out on May 25th, 1983.
Okay.
As we record this on Thursday, May 25th, 2023. Thoughts and opinions. Where is Return of the Jedi in the Star Wars echelon of films, according to Jedi Jarrett?
That's the third.
Third best movie?
Yeah.
Behind? Give us number 1 and 2.
Empire and then A New Hope.
In what order, you cocksucker?
Well, I would say Empire is probably the best Star Wars film, then A New Hope.
Okay,
then
so
Return of the
Empire
Jedi.
Strikes Back, number 1.
Yes.
And Star Wars, number 2. New Hope, number 2.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
I like the original trilogy the best. How many people
Continue with your rankings.
Continue with my rankings.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm interested now in this topic.
All right, then it would be
All films, not series. No
okay.
series.
No, okay.
Every movie.
Okay. Then I'd probably go Rogue One, Episode 3.
Okay. Pretty good top 5. I think that's a solid top 5 that a lot of people would perhaps agree with.
I would probably say The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Attack of the Clones.
All right.
Phantom Menace.
Okay. Wow.
Oh no, I want to put Solo. I forgot to mention Solo.
All right, Solo.
I'd probably put Solo. Probably 5th or 6th.
All right, then.
So after After Phantom Menace, I'd probably put Rise of Skywalker. And then number 9 or 11 would be The Last Jedi.
Okay. Wow.
And the reason why I put The Last, like, Rise of Skywalker is not a great movie because of what Rian Johnson...
The Last Jedi's
because
mistakes.
of The Last Jedi. So Last Jedi's got to be the worst Star Wars film. And you know what? Like, a lot of people go, did you see The Phantom Menace? Yeah, I saw The Phantom Menace, but guess what? In the grand scheme of Star Wars things, like, it didn't do anything bad or disappointing.
No.
Like,
please talk at the microphone, because you're back into that habit and you're driving me crazy, and I'm trying to be nice to you.
Okay.
But you're driving me fucking nuts.
Well, I always do that.
I know.
Okay.
But we're 57 episodes into Yaddle Chattle. You must now speak into the microphone. Thank you.
Okay. The Phantom Menace is a diamond in the rough. Had he maybe written another draft or two, it probably would have been a damn near perfect movie.
Yeah, a little editing. I just think they could have cut down the time. That's all.
Well, I think they could have made
the Tatooine shit is long. Is long. The pod race is awesome. Maul, trying to hunt them down. I think there's probably something more cool, like something cooler they could have done with, Anakin is in the house with Qui-Gon, shit like that. They should have been cutting to Maul searching through Tatooine. Maybe, so you negate some of those slow moments with, while that shit, they're eating dinner and fucking having soup and Jar Jar sticking his tongue out. We're seeing Maul fucking start to, like an Inquisitor, walk around, maybe kill some people, try to find some shit. I think that's one thing they could have done to enhance that little thing. Because Maul in Tatooine, to me, was very cool. I like the visual of Maul in Tatooine.
The black and red on all the sand.
I thought it looked awesome. I would have liked to have seen more of him going through Tatooine.
Kind of being an enforcer, beating people up. All that
Let's see. He is trying to hunt down this kid. So let's see him doing some shit or hunting down Padme. Yeah. Is that what he was hunting down?
I think he was looking for all of them.
Yeah.
But my whole thing from the prequel trilogy, it was always they should have made Anakin a little older in the first film, maybe like 12 or 13. So he's just about to hit puberty. He's a little awkward around Padme because he's, starting to feel these feelings he's never felt before. And then into the Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, make him fucking so likable. I would have loved for him to be like Maverick from Top Gun. Just kind of cocky, but he's like a likable asshole type of guy.
I think they were trying for that.
I don't know. It just didn't come off that way. It came off like he's always whining and going on about Sam.
Yeah, but that's a Skywalker trait. Luke's a whiny bitch.
Yeah, but...
Luke's whining about the goddamn Tashi station.
Yes, but at the point where where Luke and Anakin are supposed to be about the same age, like, Anakin is already a trained... Like, he's a Padawan Jedi. He's seen some shit.
I see what you're saying.
He's seen some action. Like, he should be a little more hardened. He should be a little more cocky. He should be likable. Like, you want to like the guy so that at Revenge of the Sith... When that happens, when he has his downfall, it's that much more heartbreaking and depressing that this guy you've grown to actually like. Because by the time, I'll be honest, by the time he became Darth Vader, I'm like, good, whatever. Be done with Anakin Skywalker. That's mostly on George. That's not on Hayden Christensen. That's on George not writing another draft or two or consulting some of his other friends who might have been like, hey, I think you should have done X, Y, and Z.
All right. Fair enough. The Star Wars Hotel officially closing down. We don't really cover it. But the funny thing was, I actually, my friend, Jason, he came over the other day. And he actually showed some videos.
The original Quertos?
Yeah, Jason McGuire. Yeah, Jason Ruffian of the Quertos. One of the guitarists and keyboardists of the Quertos. Came over and we did what we do best.
Got
drink
drunk.
way too heavily.
Got drunk.
And then watch weird
Play
videos. A lot of Rock Band. Then it's like TV programming from 2002. So we might go on a Jackass or Tom Green binge watch or Real World.
Of course.
From like the year 2000 binge watch.
Can I ask a super inside question?
Yes.
Is Eli still alive? Or did Eli pass?
Eli the dog?
Yeah.
He's long gone.
Okay.
What? Now,
I know, he was a bulldog. He was a cute dog.
But the one thing we were watching, Jason actually brought it up of all things was, he said, you got to see this video of the Star Wars hotel and how fucking awful it is. And it was just some guy, and it's like, a half an hour, and it just says like Star Wars hotel walkthrough, and he's not someone who's trying to hate on it. He's
just showing what
he's actually trying to like it. And everything about it looks crappy. Like, everything about it looks crappy. Not shitty. I want to say crappy. Like, just poor quality, Like, fucking terrible quality. But the best thing is, they go into this banquet hall, and the musical performance of the goddamn Twi'lek is like one of the douchiest things you've ever seen in your entire life. It's so cringy. It's just a regular, lazy musical performance on a cruise boat where she's like, come on, y'all. Everyone, hands in the air, and let's get going. And it just happens to be a Twi'lek doing it. And you're like, there's nothing about... So again, I don't know if this is a Kathleen Kennedy call, but who is looking out for this? Because this was a fucking turkey of epic proportions. What? 2 nights of this.
Is how much?
Go check it out. It's Star Wars Hotel Walkthrough.
Yeah, I've seen this.
But the one I saw, I think, is exactly 26 minutes. That's the key. Find the one that says 26 minutes, because it's great. Because you see that musical performance is one of the worst things I ever saw in my life.
So how much is it a night at this?
$4,800 for 2 people for 2 nighs.
Who has
for
that money?
4 people? So if you my family, right? So
yeah,
you have to bring the kid. $6,000 for a 2-night stay.
Does some like hot Rye Lothian chick come and give you like a happy ending every night or something?
Straight up, this is an issue, Disney. It feels like
this is what it. Look,
I know, but this is I know, but this is where things are starting to come to a head. It's really starting to feel like Disney more than ever is not understanding Star Wars fans. One could make an argument that they haven't understood Star Wars fans from day one.
That might be a possibility.
I mean, from day one. But it's getting worse. Like an illness, it's getting worse. Who the fuck is going to pay $6,000 to bring his kids for a 2-night stay? Seriously, you're just a fucking asshole, Disney, when you fucking price people like that. You're being assholes. We know that Disney's expensive. Bring it down to planet Earth. Don't be greedy, selfish fucking assholes all the time.
The way they look at it is you're paying for like an immersive experience.
I know, but these days, it's starting to feel like Disney's taking advantage of Star Wars fans. Just put out a movie, put out a show, they'll watch it. But what happens is, but then when people don't watch it, or when there's a negative backlash because the fucking storytelling, because the fucking quality isn't there, then they get all fucking defensive. Oh, well, we thought this, we thought that. Well, Rian Johnson's a talented filmmaker, blah, 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 blah. You're not understanding Star Wars fans. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, it's really simple.
Just do that.
It's so simple.
Guy like Han Solo gets in the Falcon. He flies it. He avoids asteroids. Has an exciting scene. That's it. Luke Skywalker's a guy with a lightsaber. Everyone loves it. Coolest weapon in the history of film. Takes it out. Chops up 1,000 stormtroopers' heads off. That's it. Princess Leia, everyone's princess, right?
She's giving commands. She fires a gun.
She got to get out on a gun. She was shooting stormtroopers left and right. Oh, and I'm going to throw something out. I thought about this. In this age of inclusivity, fine by me. Let's then call out the fucking people. Then if that's what we have to do, then that's what we have to do. Disney, Star Wars, you're straight up ageist. Ageist. A fear, an absolute fear and resentment towards older characters. A fear, a resentment, a disdain for older characters, which is why you killed them all in the fucking sequel trilogy. So you're ageist.
I think that
understand that.
Personally, I think the reason why they did that was because I think they always had the intention of at least milking this for another, like a total of 6 films. So there'd be 12 films in the quote-unquote Skywalker saga. But they were like, well, we can't really, if we decide to go 10, 15 years down the line, we can't bring Harrison Ford. We can't bring Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill because they'll either be incredibly old. Like if they decided to not kill off Harrison Ford.
Talk about putting the fucking horse before the cart. If you're right in any way, shape, or form, that's about the stupidest fucking thing that I could possibly think of. You don't start thinking about movies 4, 5, and 6 before movies 1, 2, and 3 are any good. So if there's any truth to fucking Jared's thing, that makes you even stupider, Kathleen Kennedy. Because you shouldn't have been fucking planning for that second trilogy when you had a first trilogy that you needed to get through. God damn.
Well, the way they're...
I'm redoing Visions because I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah, if you want to.
What were episodes 3 and 4? I don't remember.
The third one was about the 2 sisters on that planet with the Imperials. You didn't like it?
What was the next one?
That was the Wallace and Gromit one.
Wallace and Gromit one was one of my favorites.
With the Rylothian, mother-daughter Rylothian.
Did we find out if it was actually Wallace and Gromit's studio?
No, I didn't look that up.
I hate you.
But it looks
and
like
I would actually ask you to do it, but I after today's episode, I realized you don't know how to Google stuff.
No, I don't know how to Google. I don't know how to technology.
Are you aware that when you Google stuff, you should actually include key phrases and like things specific to what you're Googling, because that will make the search a lot easier.
With the Phoebe Cates Waller, whatever. I went to her Wikipedia page, which will have all of that information. Thank you very much, Mr. Champion.
Yes. All you had to do was just put her and James Bond, and your answer would have popped up in a second. It's a lot harder to do the Wikipedia page because if she's made 80 fucking movies, your ass is scrolling through those pages.
She's 37 years old. She hasn't made 80-something movies.
Prediction, will she make it to the age of 39?
I would hope so. I'm not going to wish ill will on her.
I'm not either. I'm just asking for predictions.
I actually started watching the 5th episode of Visions.
Well, hold on. What about the Wallace and Gromit? Did you like that one?
Oh, I thought it was super cute.
That one was fun. I liked the Wallace and Gromit Visions. That one was fun.
With the mother and daughter and the racing. Yeah, I thought it was cute.
Are we getting a lot of females, though, in the old the Visions? I counted one story where there was a lead male protagonist. Don't get mad at me. I'm not going into some political or this or that.
Well,
I'm just saying, hey, you know what, Disney? The other thing I just would like to tell you, because my son Stanley is a male. Little boys like Star Wars too, you fucking assholes. I know you might not be aware of that, but little boys do like Star Wars too. Believe it or not.
I think a lot of this stuff actually does come from Kennedy.
Well, hey, Kathleen, you had 8 Star Wars Vision shows, and there was one about a little boy. So just one where there was a male protagonist. One. Just so everyone knows. That's also something that maybe people get a little frustrated with. It's like, should I still watch Star Wars? Some people wonder. Stanley Mack doesn't like Visions. Doesn't appeal to him. He feels like it's girly or lady. Like I don't tell him this shit. I told him this is cute. Watch this shit. Watch the Wallace and Gromit one.
I know he's approaching his teenage
years.
He's
a 14-year-old boy, and it's bizarre that Star Wars is making a lot of product that has become becoming unappealing for a teenage boy.
Your main demographic.
I'm not saying that girls or women shouldn't be included. I'm just saying, come on. God. Overall, it's been a very pleasant. Overall, it's been a very pleasant week.
Can I ask you a serious question?
No.
Is there anything that they could make that Disney at this point could put out where you'd be like, I'm done. Like, I'm gonna watch everything that I like.
I don't think I can do that since I'm a Star Wars fan. I think I'll just live like a miserable Sith. And I don't ever want to, just make Yaddle Chattle a complaint show.
No, but what I'm saying is...
Or a troll show, or that we're always angry. There's always a negative take because it's easier to go negative.
No, I totally get
that.
But
at the same time, they have to stop fucking up.
They
have to stop making mistakes.
Does Eastside Dave McDonald, Darth David, have a Star Wars breaking point where you're like, I'm just going to watch the stuff I like. I'm not going to watch anything else? Like with
I can't see that happening unless they
did an Omega show.
An Omega show would be bad. An Omega live action show would be horrendous. I can't see that happening. I'm always going to support Star Wars.
I understand that, but there's always been things that I've liked and people that I followed and admired. And they got to certain points where I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
I understand.
Like Kevin Smith. I used to be as a teenager, everyone that knew me, that's everything that came out of my mouth was either Opie and Anthony or Kevin Smith or comic books. And as I've gotten older, I've just gone enough. I don't want to see gore porn. I don't want to see your daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter fighting brats. I don't want to see any of this. And I've gotten over the Jay and Silent Bob thing. That nostalgia doesn't really work for me. I occasionally quote his first 4 movies, but it's I'm kind of done with Kevin Smith.
Yeah, okay, I understand. I won't be that way with Star Wars. I unless what I will though is probably be at some point, I would be someone who I'm not going to waste my time and always be told that I'm a fucking evil person because I was born a male in 1977. And so because, that happened to be my fucking case, doesn't mean that, I should be apologetic for the things that I've liked, because the things that I've liked have kept this franchise up and successful and going. It was the original trilogy fan base, whether you want to like it or not, that kept Star Wars relevant through the late 90s until George said, I have to make the movies because this fan base is clamoring for it. Then they did. And there's simply no reason to fuck over these legendary characters time and time again. If you can't think of ways to get them over and the younger new characters over, then fire the writer and hire someone who is more creative and more clever and more understanding of Star Wars fans. This whole episode began with the fact that there's a lot on the line with this James Mangold fucking Star Wars movie. There's a lot on the line with the Rey Star Wars movie. There's a lot on the line with what Kathleen Kennedy has decided in these last 3 weeks. And we're off to a rocky start with the shitty reviews of Indiana Jones 5. I will see the movie, and if the movie's great,
going to see the movie.
Then I will be the first. Trust me, I will get here on Yaddle Chattle and be like, "Oh, guys, I found the movie to be awesome. I'm excited for the Mangold Star Wars movie now." I'm just saying. Unfortunately, I'm allowed to speak like this because they've broken our trust multiple times.
That's fair.
And when you break the person's trust, the audience trust, we're allowed to have gripes, and those gripes are legitimate. They should be listened to, rather than Lucasfilm burying their head in the sand and repeating the same mistakes over and over again.
Well, I think that has to, that's not an uncommon thing, though, Dave. People do that all the time.
Oh, I know. Hollywood just rips each other off, repeats each other. Hollywood oftentimes has no creativity. but at least you're supposed to rip off or repeat things that work.
Just
not repeat things that are unsuccessful.
Just keep in mind one thing, that the people that probably said that Mandalorian Season 3 sucked are probably the same people that said this new Indiana Jones movie sucked.
Yeah, and
now if they beat the old man, old dog, new tricks, old man can't do it the way he used to do it. If they beat that into the ground, that should be called out.
Don't they also realize that that's just unoriginal and hacky and lame at this point? Like, don't they understand that now that of the old guy bumbling fucking, and that's not supposed to be how we do it. We're the younger generation.
Or
this is how we do it.
He runs and he pulls, he starts running to catch something and he pulls a hamstring.
Yeah,
it's where's my ice? Where's my icy hot? Where's my,
It's hacky. So even if you're not that, upset about it on an ageist level, on a, hey, what are they doing to my favorite character level, you can look at it as a film enthusiast and be like, this is played out, cliche, hacky, repetitive,
some cliches,
unoriginal.
Some cliches work and others are just, we don't need
no,
to
cliches
see it
don't work. No.
Okay.
Not in art. Not in art. Come up with a way to not make it a cliche. No. A quick cage match. Fast.
Fast?
I mean fast.
Okay. Adult Princess Leia.
What?
Adult Princess Leia.
What does adult Princess Leia mean?
Like A New Hope as opposed to young child Princess Leia?
Okay. When you say Princess Leia, I'm always going to go to original trilogy Leia.
Okay, fine.
Fucking psycho.
Thank
Wait,
you.
when anyone brings up Princess Leia, who's thinking about that little girl from Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Or the older Princess Leia.
No one is. Go.
All right. Who's going to win in a fight? Her or her mother, Padme? That's what you get. Two faces.
By the way, real quick, we didn't get to it. Natalie Portman says she's open to returning to Star Wars.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, Natalie, don't sit around waiting by the phone because I don't know what to do with Padme. The character died young.
Dead.
She's dead.
She's dead.
And she died young. So it's we don't. There's not a lot for Padme to do.
Unless they clone her.
I'll go with Leia's gonna kick Padme's ass.
You think so?
I think so. I think Leia's a little grittier, a little tougher than Padme.
I don't know. Padme's been doing this longer than she has, I suppose.
Well,
at that point.
make your call.
I'm going Padme. I got a huge crush on Natalie Portman as a teenager.
Nothing for Carrie Fisher.
Well, we're about the same age. No,
Wow.
Carrie Fisher's back in the day was super hot.
I know, but it's just amazing.
Natalie
You're speaking very, very poorly of the great, late, deceased Carrie Fisher. Late in the episode, Jared throws some controversy.
Okay, well, we got to get everything else in real quick.
I'll do it.
Well,
I'm doing it. Okay, fine, do it.
I always do it. Follow Eastside Dave across all social media platforms.
He likes this part.
At Eastside Dave. EastsideDaveCountry.com. The Watchers / is it just the Yaddle Chattle feed at this point? I don't
know anymore.
We'll say Yaddle Chattle / The Watchers.
You'll find Yaddle Chattle wherever you have your podcast. We got 30 seconds. Can you do this faster?
Patreon.com / Eastside Dave.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Episode 2 of Tales from the Satellite should be up this weekend on Patreon.com / Eastside Dave. That's where I talk about my nearly 10-year career with SiriusXM Satellite Radio. O&A, Ron and Fez, Sam and Dave, and Davey Mac Sports Program. As for Yaddle Chattle, he's Jedi Jared. I'm Darth David. Good night, everybody!